Good day to you peeps. Liesl here once more, and today I'm finally coming to us all with the completed build, our community project, 2-string diddley bow or chugger, fondly known as the green machine, and I've decided to name this one Jenna. Now, as you can see, there have been a few last minute changes to this instrument. Last time we looked at this one was, well, fully electric, although she wasn't fully electric because, dare I say, the piezo pickup that I installed was, as I would put it, made of cheese and royally fell apart before the end of the build. So what is a crazy luthier to do? I did decide actually that we would go the good old-fashioned route and just turn this one back into an acoustic. So running through the final stages of this build, you can see we finally added the saddle, which is a cupboard hinge. I don't know exactly what you would call that, but one that kind of opens out on itself. I have installed a couple of little resonator holes there to hopefully give us quite a bright sound, I thought, because it is quite near the bridge. Whether it does or not, I don't know, that remains to be seen. But as you can see, she's fitted with 2 strings and this extra big sound hole. Basically, I had to fit an extra big sound hole because there were 2 holes here, one that took the jack and one that took the actuator dial, and it looked pretty messy once I opened that up again. But as luck would have it, and haven't really cleaned this one up very well, I did try, but as luck would have it, this was just the right size to kind of accommodate that. So the only difference really, inside the box I've fitted a spring just behind these 2 sound holes here, and these little resonator holes, which hopefully do go some way in giving us a nice jangly sound. I hope so anyway. I have anchored the strings at the top to give us our angle. Still messing around with the height and position really of the nut and the bridge, which is why I haven't kind of cut any extra slots or anything on this one. But let's give her a quick run through just to recap everything we did on this build, and then we'll see how she sounds. So yeah, as we remember the first time on this one, we did paint the back of the neck. Well, we painted the entire neck on this one, and did decide that where we finally filed the edges smooth, just to use our tea, turmeric and thyme homemade wood stain to give us this kind of nice contrast with the fingerboard. I still think that's quite a nice little feature on this one. Everything else colour coded. 2 little silver pegs. What am I talking about? Tuning pegs, that's more like it, or machine heads if you want to be precise. Slight angle on the headstock, just enough really to give us the tension we want for the action on the strings, which is fairly low. Again, that's kind of how I wanted it on this one really. And the neck quite simply bolted in with a couple of bolts on the back. So yeah, there it is really. Not a lot more to add, other than I would say this is probably one of the most successful 2-stringers that I've built. But the proof of the pudding is in the eating, as they say. So let's give this one a little rag and see how she sounds. So of course the beauty of having 2 strings is we can kind of call and answer on this little one. So yeah, if I just give her a quick run through. would say quite nice natural amplification with the spring and just the resonators, the metal grommets, what have you. Let's see how she sounds under fire, shall we? Okay, here we go. A bit discordant at the end there. I do think actually I might have to work a little bit on the action. It's slightly too high, I think. But yeah, I'll mess around with that. I must admit that I didn't really measure the scale length out before I threw this one together for the final build and for the first run through. So there she is, basically, in essence. I think she's quite a nice sounding instrument. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with that, I must admit. I think maybe one or two adjustments need to be made to this one, but I think you'll agree that she does look quite stunning, and I do like that sort of two-tone green colour. Would I do another painted one? Yes, I think I probably would. Like I say, not without its trials, particularly at the end. And as we've often said with these things, you know, what's produced in the mind in the cold light of day can often like fall apart or seem to disintegrate on the ground. But yeah, that's why I always say have a contingency plan, have a plan B, decide what to do when everything else goes to pot. So there we go, quite nice community build, little two-stringer. I have to say I'm very pleased with this one, and as I always say, I will continue to tinker around with this, and as I often say, I will very soon, hopefully anyway, bring us a little bit more on some of these instruments that we've built lately. Maybe do a little video or a little series, something like family favourites. How's that? Okay then, well, yeah, I mean, that's it for today really, and that does leave only for me to say that wherever you are, do stay safe. Whatever you're doing, do stay blessed, and whatever life brings, keep building, and I'll play us out on this one. Okay then, pips, bye for now then. Bye. Keep building.